Hey, Chow, this is Brian Clark and Valeria Kachuk with Northside Building Services. If you'll forgive us, for some reason, while we were at your house, the original audio did not record. So we're doing this over my phone now, and hopefully this will work out just as fine. What we're looking at in this picture is really the reason that Val originally had stopped by was he saw that flipped up shingle right there, that flipped up tab, which is evidence of wind damage to your roof. So, the seal for that shingle broke at some point over time, and it started to flap up and down, and then eventually got stuck. And that's really, what insurance is looking for is, hey, is there wind damage? Is there hail damage on a roof? How much of each are we looking for? So we take a look at those things, and we also look at the overall condition of the roof itself. So insurance does not pay for basic maintenance on roofs. They just typically pay for storm related damages. So that was the reason that Val stopped by originally. Now we're looking for some other areas where that might be coming to fruition as well. This neighborhood has had several roofs replaced, which is probably one of the reasons you let Val up on your roof or allowed him to do this. Sorry about that. I'm not sure where that audio cut off. So again, we're doing it on my phone, so my apologies. So now we're looking for other areas where wind might be present on the roof. We want to look on all the slopes to just one damaged shingle is not really enough. So we came over to the back side of the house and we're looking for some more. So you've got evidence of another wind damage tab right there, right? So you can see where that black line, that horizontal black line, is just showing us where that shingle, the seal has been broken, and it is flipped back and forth several times, and then eventually that one right there is going to look like the one on the front of the house where it just gets stuck up from being damaged. So, there were some other black lines that caught my attention on the roof too. So initially I thought some of them were wind, but then the closer that I got, it ended up just being from poor installation when the roof was put on. So you're starting to see some of them in several different areas, and it just means that the shingle has been low nailed or high nailed rather. So those black lines are actually the tar strips, and the shingle directly above it should be covering that line, but it's not. So what we'll see happen over time is that shingle will actually start to slide out, and it's happening in several areas on the roof. I think I go on the video here to one more spot over to the right that's showing it a little bit better for you in some of the keys. And we're moving there now, and you can see it just on the left-hand side of the screen right now. It's pretty obvious. So right there, you see where those shingles are kind of crooked. They're not making a perfectly straight line. You can see all those black lines right there. So those shingles are actually starting to slide out already. So that's something, insurance does not pay for slide outs, but I just wanted to make you aware of that. This is kind of what we're seeing with these roofs and several others in this neighborhood as well, where they just quickly installed them, and the weight of that shingle is actually pulling down. So you see them every other row because they were installed crooked or improperly, starting to slide out some. So going back with everything as we're looking at, you've got probably 10 to 15 wind damage shingles on the back. You've got several more on the front. So there's never a guarantee for a roof to get bought based off of wind damage alone. But our argument to American Family in this case would say, hey, listen, we know that she has some wind damage. We'll say yes, some of it's been from bad installation. However, if we zoom in a little bit more here, you'll see some of these little black spots on the roof. And what this is just showing us pitting or blistering. So this is where the roof has heated up so much that it's already started to spit so many granules out. And there's not a whole lot of repairability at that point. So on those tabs that we did see that are wind creased, to replace those tabs, we have to slide that shingle out, lift up the healthy shingle above it, and slide a new one in. The issue with roofs that have this much pitting and blistering on them is the minute that you go to lift up the healthy shingle, it will actually crack or crease as the wind damage shingles looked. It'll have that same crease mark on it. So you look at the repairability. Insurance looks at the repairability factor as well, and they say like, all right, well, if this roof were to get repaired, how many more shingles would be damaged by doing the repair? So that's something that they take into account, and should you choose to go the insurance route, we would come back out, we would hop on the roof, with the adjuster and try to make the best case possible for you. and try to get you a new roof. If they say no, that's fine. It is what it is. You get a free reinspection in the state of Georgia based off of some of the evidence that we're seeing today. We think that we would have enough to try to help you get the roof bought. Otherwise, if you wanted to look at a repair route, that's something we can come back out after insurance denies it, and we could provide you an estimate for a repair if you wanted to go that way to try to seal up some of these shingles that are already starting to slide out so it doesn't happen in the future. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us or reach out directly to Valeri. We thank you so much once again, Chow. This has been Brian Clark and Valeri Kachuk with Northside Building Services.